BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Well, folks, this is Jerry Carew from Gale Force Winds, and I'm having a conversation with Carolann Harding in advance of MASS 2024. MASS 2024 is taking place in St. John's, Newfoundland, July 17th to 19th at the Delta Hotel. For anyone who doesn't know, MASS stands for the Maritime Arctic Security and Safety Conference, and it's the 11th annual MASS conference, and they're going to focus on challenges and opportunities associated with northern and maritime environments. Very exciting for someone like myself who lives in St. John's to have this conference. This will be our third time there. Without further ado, Carolann, could you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. So good morning. Carolann Harding, CEO of SmartICE.
Carolann, tell us a little bit about SmartICE, and then I guess why MASS 2024 would be of interest to you.
Great question, Jerry. So we're interested in MASS because it has everything to do with the maritime environment and the Arctic. And SmartICE is a climate change adaptation tool organization where we create remote sensing. We work with Indigenous communities in the north, and we also work with them with workforce development. So we're very unique. We're a not-for-profit social enterprise that puts all of our focus on working with people that live in the north and call it their home.
Well, I mean, it's fascinating. I follow you on social media, and the posts and the content that emerge from your organization are really interesting. Tell us a little bit about MASS. In particular, you say you're going to be a presenter or a panelist, panelist, right?
Yeah. So I'm very pleased to be on a panel on one of the mornings, and it is called Northern Access, Land, Sea, and Air. And so joined there with PAL and Glovertown Shipyard and myself and another panelist. So that's going to be really, really interesting. And hopefully we'll have a really good conversation about it's not just sort of landing in the spot, but how to work with the North and including the North within conversations at the project inception, and how to, work with people, provide opportunity, workforce development, and really making it a priority to put the North first within the conversation. And I think when you do that, you have the opportunity then to really have benefits provided to the community, but also, of course, reaping back to your project and your company.
Well, Carolann, I think it's really important to have this conversation, and it's obvious that your organization is leading the discussion, and having you there as a panelist to bring your knowledge to everyone is really important. I'm just going to, we got some notes from Victoria to tell people what we're going to delve into. The topics of, in particular, the emerging threat and how Atlantic Canadian companies are leading the way to provide a safe and secure future for Canada. How does SmartICE kind of mesh into that?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So how SmartICE emerges into the safe and secure piece of it is that our remote sensing equipment is really used at a local level about keeping people informed and having a tool in their toolbox to make more informed decisions about traveling. So a lot of times, of course, people are looking for the least amount of ice to go into the community, because you need no ice or very little ice for the ships to go in, for example, but we work in the season when the ice is completely jam-packed within the region. And then what happens is that people need to be safe on the ice. So we're a very credible tool in their toolbox. But It's also layered with Indigenous and local knowledge. And that's the most important piece of this, Jerry, is that you cannot just use remote sensing without the community having their knowledge of local and Indigenous knowledge layered with the Western science and the technology. So it makes it quite different. So we're at the local level, sort of the grassroots local level. And when you're working in the North, as I said, you have to include them right from the very beginning. But this keeps people informed about the wintertime when they're traveling on the ice. And so a lot of testing is done and field trials and all kinds of really interesting things that are done during the winter, not just in the summer months. So when we're talking about the ocean, of course, we're looking at, above the ocean, on the ice, and below the ocean. The ice and whether the water is frozen or not. So I think we bring a really interesting perspective about ice being part of the ocean as well.
Carolann, I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I know you're incredibly busy. One last question. Why would you tell someone to go and attend MASS 2024?
I think everybody that goes to attend a MASS is going to come away with some broader understanding of what's happening in the sector. I think it's about building awareness of your own company, but building that network. And I think that network is really, really critical. And being open-minded to learn while you are there. And at the end of the day, when this conference is over, you should have lots of follow-up to do, lots of great new people that you've met. And more intelligence and more questions to be able to ask yourself as you start planning to do work in the North.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are mission-ready water.